Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another thrilling episode of the amazing film Banter. I have to my left here Mr. Christopher Picard.
As always.
That's right, nominated for Best Co-Host of the...
we'll probably win Best Co-Host.
Of the day. It's just a daily nomination. They nominate somebody else. I, too, have been nominated. So we were going to present the actual... Oh, I'm out of the frame.
No, you're not. I see you. You're there. I see you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just see my silhouette against the screen.
Yeah.
In fact, you're too far. You should just tilt like that. Stop.
Well, like this, yeah. That's
there you
usually
go.
what we do.
Now people can see the screen. Okay. Well, anyway, we're here, and we'd like to talk a little bit about the Academy Awards coming up this Sunday night. This is the 91st, 92nd Academy Awards.
It is.
I believe since 1927.
Something like that. Yeah, I didn't write that
So it'd be
down.
actually the 92nd Academy Awards. That would be correct. So, alrighty there,
Let's do it. We'll do that.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
So
Okay,
we know the nominees, but we'll recap them real quick.
Let's recap.
And then we're gonna do. We're gonna pick the ones we
just
think
do it.
will
We
win.
need to tell them what we're
Yeah,
gonna
and
do.
then we're gonna tell you who's gonna win. So best picture.
Who we think is gonna win.
Well,
nobody can say what's gonna
But that's
win.
the same concept. Now you're too far over.
We can't say what's gonna win. We
Well,
can only
it's the same thing as saying what we think is gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I mean. But you can't say what's gonna win.
But
You
most
can only
likely
say-
is gonna win.
All right, fine.
So we have Black Klansman, we have Black Panther, we have Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, A Star Is Born, Roma, Vice, and The Favorite. If it were up to me, I'll go first, and I'll let you go. If it were me, I would obviously love to see A Star Is Born win, but I would be equally happy to see Green Book win Best Picture.
Yeah, I would too.
What would you like to see?
I'd like to see Green Book win.
Yeah.
I do believe Roma has a very good possibility
I agree.
to win. However,
I'm pretty certain it might win, most likely.
You know, it's won everything.
But I just
right down the
yeah,
line.
I agree. I just think it's wrong if it'll win Best Picture and Best Foreign Film, which they think might happen. Or if we're lucky, it'll win Best Foreign Film and something else will win Best Picture, which will be more fair.
Did you read the Variety predictions for what they said was going to win? They said
no.
will win.
No, I didn't look at it.
They said will win.
I saw the email.
Will win Green
Good.
Book.
Good.
That's what they're saying.
That's what I'd like to see. And that film is just as culturally significant as Roma is.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, I did want to point out something that Roma, pointed out by Arnold Schwarzenegger, because it is about a Mexican housekeeper.
Yes.
He wanted to say that he disavows any knowledge of her presence,
Yes,
and he
I
had
heard
nothing
that.
to do with the pregnancy
Yes, that goes
she
on in that
has
film.
in the film.
Yeah. It's a knee-jerk reaction from him. He's having flashback syndrome.
You know,
PTSD.
every time some Mexican woman gets pregnant,
people think it's Arnold. Huh?
Yeah, he has to make a claim.
Shame on you, Arnold.
And
I still love
that's
you.
the way it is. That's the way it is.
So that's what we think is going to happen with Best Picture.
But,
we'll know on Sunday.
Let's talk about these very briefly here, because some of them are just ridiculous, I feel.
You mean like these two?
Like this? No, Bohemian I can see.
No, these two I'm saying.
Correct. Black Panther, which did win the SAG Award, which was...
For Best Cast Ensemble.
Best Cast Ensemble, which is almost a viable thing. It didn't win Best Picture, so to speak. It did win
You're
Best Cast.
decapitating yourself.
Oh, I am? Yeah. Well, you know, I've been circumcised
I know
before.
you have.
The other head was circumcised when I was a youth.
But I think that...
but anyway, and this ridiculous film.
I liked the film.
You know,
by no means was it one of the best of the year, in my view.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining. I think it's one of Spike's better films. But I by no means would give it an award for Best Picture. No.
Yeah, me neither.
Favorite was a lot of fun.
Great film.
Great, very well done.
Yeah.
Would I say Best Picture? No. But I definitely think it's a worthy nomination.
I think it's a worthy nomination, too. I think Vice has already received... It did just win Best Screenplay the other day.
It might win that Oscar. That's got a good shot at
Writers
that.
Guild or something, but...
it's a very enjoyable film.
You know, I didn't
But
love
again,
it,
is
I
it
gotta
Best
say.
Picture? I don't think so.
I didn't love it.
No. Star Is Born we obviously love, and we've talked about it, the same thing with Green Book. And Bohemian's a good film, too.
You know, Bohemian's,
a lot of fun.
For me, Bohemian is far more of a performance film.
I would agree.
Than a film. I don't think it was a Best Picture
I don't think so
there.
either, to be honest with you.
I really don't. But Star Is Born, of course, this was an early favorite since this September, I believe it came out. Or
it came out in September, yeah.
Yeah, and I've loved it all along.
Me too.
I was really hoping. In fact, Variety pointed out today that who will win for Best Actor is going to be... who did they say is going to win for Best Actor?
Well, why don't we go to Best Actor
We
now?
could go to
we'll
Best
jump
Actor.
to that real quick. While we're talking.
Rami Malek will win.
I'm pretty
for
sure
Bohemian
he's
Rhapsody.
going to win.
I believe he will.
I
win
agree,
also.
too.
And he deserves to win.
Yeah. And honestly, I would be happy if it was Rami, but my heart My heart wants Vigo.
I know what you mean.
My heart wants
Vigo is so good.
It's the best performance, in my opinion, of his career so far.
It's
so good.
It's pretty much a one-note performance.
But it's a great note.
He plays a good fella, more or less. But the ending, when things come together very passionately and very emotionally, he shined. As did Mahershala Ali, who will win Best Supporting Actor, by the way.
I think so too.
But we're going to review this film tonight.
Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate.
At Eternity, about the life of Vincent Van Gogh.
Yep.
And here's Bradley over here behind my
behind your head, yeah.
And here he is, gee, I thought just a fantastic performance.
I would be happy if he won too.
I'd be happy.
I don't think he will, but I'd like to see it.
I'd be happy if Star is Born swept.
That would be amazing.
The Oscars.
It would be great.
Swept them.
Yeah, Christian, another great performance, but
fantastic.
But I gotta say, I enjoyed Vigo's performance the most out of all of them. And he's definitely, I'm pretty sure, is going to win.
But I think
he was great.
I think it has
exceptional.
I thought it had a lot to do with the film of, if Vice were a better film, I don't think it's a great film. I thought
it's a good film. I don't think it's great.
Oh gosh,
I thought it was a good film.
I couldn't wait for it to end.
I know you didn't enjoy it.
I did not enjoy it. It was repetitious in the stylized editing of the film. We had constant. I did like the flashbacks of real Hillary Clinton, real.
They showed Obama at one point.
Well, Obama.
They showed obviously.
Well, we didn't. We saw George Bush in the guise of Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, we did.
Which was wonderful. He is nominated for Best Supporting, and rightly so. But anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on to Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting or Best Actress, maybe.
Best Actress. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over here.
Okay.
So Best Actress, we have who the early favorite.
She's gonna win.
Was her.
Yeah.
Then everything shifted to Lady Gaga. And now it's shifted back to Glenn Close.
Correct.
Who is pretty much going to win. Or...
A shame.
It could be Olivia Colman as the upset for the favorite.
True. No, that is
It could be her.
That is the go-between.
I think she just won the BAFTA, correct?
Well, yeah, but she is British.
She is British.
They favor the Brits there.
Melissa McCarthy, a very good nomination.
A wonderful
Loved her in the film.
Love the film.
Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I can.
Thank you.
I can. And
Appreciate
I thought she was terrific.
She was great.
I think it's a great little movie.
Here's the favorite.
Here she is. And she's a
Olivia
lunatic.
Colman.
She's so loony. She's
excellent.
hilarious.
Yeah.
This movie has such a great sense of humor to it.
It does.
I recommend it to everybody.
It's a lot of fun.
I do it.
Very
and of course,
different.
It also stars
and here's
the wonderful
Yalitza something.
God bless you.
She's very good.
There she is.
Oh, I have it here.
There she is.
Yalitza Aparicio.
Soon to be Mrs. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now
you mean Yalitza, yeah.
Yeah, he's single again.
Yeah. All right, so we know pretty much what's going to happen there.
I
love it to be Gaga.
I'd love to see Gaga
Me too.
win, but she's almost not even in the...
You know what they're going to do? They're going to honor her by giving her the best song, which is a shoo-in for Shallow.
True.
Guaranteed. I bet my balls on that one. All right, Best Supporting Actress while we're here.
They're so small, I doubt that they would accept those as proper collateral.
Yeah, exactly.
But here we have...
Amy Adams, very good, not a chance in hell.
No, she really doesn't.
She's very good, but she's not going to win this category.
Actually, but yeah.
Emma Stone, excellent. Again, she's not going to win.
And of course, Emma's visual body has appeared in another film that we're going to be reviewing today.
Yes. And then we have this actress from Roma. I have it here. Her name is Maria de Tavira. She's not going to win, but she's very good in this film.
She's good.
Rachel Weisz also.
Rachel should win.
She was great.
I think Rachel should win.
And she already has an Oscar in this category.
I know, but you know who's going to win is, what's her name?
Regina King coming up next. Here we go.
She's going to win.
For If Beale Street Can Talk.
She's the
one of the few nominations the film got. It was early thought it was going to be another Oscar
or Best Screenplay or Best Adapted.
You might get that.
Yeah.
All right, so we know that's going to be Regina King. Okay. We're going to do Best Supporting Actor now. Generally, my favorite category.
Really?
Always is. Adam Driver, he was good. I was surprised to see this nomination.
Me too.
He's not going to win.
Nah.
But he was very good.
He's okay.
In Black Klansman.
He's okay. I didn't think he was anything special.
Here we go. The winner, most likely, Mahershala Ali for Green Book.
He's in everything. He's in another film we are going to be reviewing
tonight.
Alita.
Battle
and
Angel.
Also, please check him out in True Detective now.
Currently,
on HBO.
season 3.
Just
excellent.
Fantastic.
It's so good.
Such a great series.
This is Richard E. Grant. He is a really seasoned actor. He's his first nomination for supporting actor for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I'd love to see him win.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'd love to see him
I just love the fact that he's so excited now about this. He's touring the country, so happy about his nomination. I think it's great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a lot of fun.
He is awesome.
He's always been good whenever I've seen him.
He's wonderful. He kind of brings the charm to that film. He brings the whole comedic
He's a lot of fun.
side of the film.
He's funny, yeah.
He really does. Can you ever?
I was very happy to see Sam Elliott nominated for A Star Is Born. Always been a fan of Sam Elliott's.
Me too.
I don't think he's going to win, but I loved seeing him on this list.
Women love him. Men want to be him.
Yeah. And here's Sam Rockwell as George W. Bush.
George W.
Excellent in this film.
Good.
He was so good.
You know, I'm glad they didn't go. We have to think of Josh Brolin, who played him in W.
Yeah, I don't even know if he was nominated.
He wasn't nominated for anything.
I don't think he was.
I don't think so.
Not for that film, at least.
Yeah, no, not
well,
at
maybe
all.
he was. Maybe I'm wrong. I gotta double check.
It wasn't a great film by any means.
It wasn't.
It really was.
Sadly, Oliver
is...
ever since, my friends and I talk about this all the time, ever since Robert Richardson and him stopped working together, his films have suffered.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't worked together
What was the last film they did?
U-Turn in 1997.
Oh.
And ever since, his films have not been as engaging. Although I did like Snowden quite a bit.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
I like Snowden.
Me too. To the last category, Best Director, which we're pretty much certain it's going to be Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. Here's Adam McKay nominated for Vice. I thought he did a good job directing Vice. Unfortunately, he won't get the nom.
No.
We
got the nom.
I mean, the award. I mean, the award.
Okay.
We have here the winner most likely is going to be Alfonso Cuarón.
A fine high-def photo.
It looks good, yeah. And then we have who I think, let's see what the next one is. Here we go. He's the one that took the nomination away from Bradley Cooper for Cold War, the Polish film, Paweł Pawlikowski.
We reviewed it in the last episode.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film.
It really is.
And he did a great job. I understand the nomination.
I'm very fond of that movie.
I would have taken Spike out, put Bradley in. You know?
Yeah, but I think Cold War, it's obviously nominated in the best.
Well, maybe that might win Best Foreign Film.
No, it won't, because Roma will. Roma will win.
I guess.
Roma's
I just think it's wrong that it wins 2 categories.
We've discussed
this.
It
sucks.
Just,
it's not fair.
Right.
It's not right.
It's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, when let's say Star is Born, now that's an import film to the UK. So should that be in 2 categories? As Best Picture and Best Foreign Film?
Right?
It should, in essence.
I guess so.
But it won't be.
It won't be.
Because the United States started this foreign film thing, and then they started taking in, any film that and that was their mistake, in my humble opinion, was to put foreign films in the Best Picture category.
I know.
They started doing it, it was just a few years ago. They did it with, it wasn't, I think maybe City of God, but that's back in the 90s.
That was the 90s.
That was the 90s.
That was a 90s. Great film. Brazilian film. In Portuguese, it's called Cidade de Deus.
Frightening
City
film.
of God, yeah.
Little kids running around with machine guns.
Check it out, City of God. It's a great film about the favelas, the ghettos of Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
And the frightening world that...
It's not a fun place.
These kids have just, become little militants.
It's terrible. And my sister and my aunt have been to those on mission trips.
Really?
It's ugly in those ghettos.
Oh, wow.
It's bad. Dangerous. All right, so let's move on. You know what I think? If a film, they should make a new rule.
Who's this guy?
It already passed by. That's Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite.
Oh, okay.
A good nomination. He deserves it. He did a great job.
Beautiful film.
Yeah.
A lot of 360 angles.
Yeah, a lot of fisheye lens.
A lot of fisheye lens. It wasn't actually a fisheye lens. It was just an ultra wide. It was like a 70 millimeter.
Yeah, it was great.
Lens.
It looked like a
Put
fisheye.
on a 35 millimeter screen.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
It really was lovely.
But I was going to say, I think a new rule should be enacted. If a foreign film, if it's nominated in the Best Picture category, it should not be allowed to also be in Best Foreign Film.
No, see, that's
it should be one or another. You shouldn't be allowed to be in both.
I think it has to be foreign film. It cannot be nominated in the Best Picture category.
No, either way, it should be just one.
Well, yeah, but Best Picture should be. Well, then again, how do you do that?
But again, yeah, you can't.
Now we're taking UK pictures.
I know.
So we have to take a Mexico picture. Otherwise, we're being.
But I just think the rule should be one category only.
The word isn't racist, but we're segregating.
Yeah.
We're segregating if we can nominate The Favorite and we can't nominate Roma.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you discriminate?
Yeah, so then I just think it should be then disqualified as foreign film.
So diplomatically, we have to accept any film as a Best Picture nominee. It's just the way it is.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's just frustrating.
It's all right, dude.
Yeah, this will calm me down.
All right, so let's get to. So we've done now. Have we talked about our?
We did the Oscars.
Well, yeah, but did you do your bid for the Best Director and? Well, we said.
Well, we pretty much said Roma. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Roma was going to be the one we think is going to win. Honestly, if it were up to me, if I had to pick a Best Director, I would want, since I can't have Bradley Cooper. It's tough because that list.
No, I'll take Alfonso. I'll take Alfonso. That was the
I
best
guess I'll go with Alfonso.
Best
because I know what he went through to make this film, how personal it was.
Magnificent.
I'll be fine with that award. Because Bradley's the only one that my heart wanted, and he wasn't nominated. So Alfonso, I'll go with Alfonso. That's fair.
So
I know. All right.
So let's get to
we're going to go to
Alita.
Battle Angel.
Okay.
The big, humongous budget, James Cameron co-written, produced, and directed by Robert Rodriguez film.
We do see James's avatar in this film also.
We do?
We do see
I missed that.
There's a person who more or less
looks like James?
Who is doing James with the white hair.
I didn't see that. What part was it?
It was he's the guy that was at the end revealed to be Edward Norton.
I didn't see that comparison at all.
Oh, he looks exactly like James Cameron.
I didn't see that at all.
With the white hair, that's him.
No, I didn't see that
it was based on James Cameron. Now, this particular girl, all I saw
You're decapitating yourself.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, you got to stay with
the frame.
But
all I saw when I saw the girl who stars at, can we move on here? Here's the incredible
Christoph Waltz.
Love Christoph. He's already won 15 Oscars now.
2.
For Best Supporting.
He's
nominated all the time.
And he was recommended to Robert Rodriguez by Tarantino.
Was he?
He said, put him in.
Very good.
She's very good. Rosa Salazar. She plays Alita. She's excellent, I thought. I liked her a lot.
But who does she remind you of? Emma Stone, perhaps? Look at those moon cow eyes.
I didn't get that at all. I know what you're saying, but I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, I saw Emma's face quite a bit.
I'm just thinking Big Eyes, that Tim Burton film.
I keep falling. Oh, Cheap Trick song, ladies and gentlemen, 1977. I keep calling
real quick, I guess we should give a brief synopsis. It's just about this takes place, I think, 300 or 400 years in the future after a big war.
25. The year 25.
In the 25, whatever,
25.
So it takes place after a massive, war, apocalypse.
Right.
And people were living in this dystopian Earth, and there were these cities in the clouds that are the ideal existence. But after this war with these aliens, there's only one city left. And most people that live underneath, on the ground, in these dystopian crowded cities are people that are mostly cyborgs, and then
put together
by people
parts.
like Christoph Waltz, who's a surgeon who specializes in robotics. And then he discovers amongst the trash heap the remnants of this girl who eventually becomes Alita. And then as the film evolves, she's searching out the mystery of what she really is and who she is. And then that's it.
Who was that guy? Who plays the other?
The
cyborg guy with the RoboCop cyborg.
You mean the one with the pretty boy?
The evil guy, yeah.
Yeah, the pretty boy, that. We've seen a couple things recently.
Your best supporting actor
Ed Screen. Screen, I think is his name. S-K-R-E-I-N. He's very good.
I thought he was, a hodgepodge.
No,
He looked like a conglomeration of about 10 different British actors.
He reminded me of a bunch of different people.
Yeah, he really did.
A little bit of Nicholas Hoult.
A lot of Nicholas Hoult. And also the guy who played Joe Strummer in the, he's a very famous guy. Jonathan
Rhys Meyers? Yes.
A lot of him, too.
Yeah.
Love Jennifer Connelly.
She's great in this film.
Yeah, I really did love her.
She was very good.
She's such a beautiful woman.
She plays...
great presence on screen.
She does. She's excellent. She's always a welcome presence.
She really is.
She's very thin these days. You notice that?
Well, she's been thin
for a long time.
And when she did that living on the streets... Shelter moment.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I thought? In this film, Jennifer Connelly, she's somebody who has this little, almost like a little diamond in her forehead because
she had it too, but
he got it removed. People that come from the city and the sky have this in their head for whatever reason. But she has that, right? And it reminded me of her husband, Paul Bettany, in the Avengers film as Vision.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, she talked about that on some talk show also.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But this film has some great action. I thought the effects were great.
This film.
I had a great time watching this.
It was.
I loved it. A lot of fun.
I loved the murder ball segment.
That was cool.
That was super cool. There was a movie back in the 70s called Rollerball.
Yeah,
James Caan.
Then they remade it a few years later.
By, I believe, Alan J. Pakula possibly directed that film.
And the remake was made by John McTiernan.
A horrible film, if I may say. Throwaway garbage.
I agree, 100%.
But here she is, little Emma Stone. Take a look at that face. Come on, that's pure Emma.
And I just realized she was just in Bird Box too.
Was she?
Yeah, she played the girl that was hot. She was in the house with them in the early part of the movie. She's the one actually that has a sex scene with this guy up against the wall in one moment. Okay. She's got a very small part.
I don't recall.
But nevertheless, she's very good. I really enjoyed her.
I did too. How much
film.
of so they?
There's
Robert
James
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
James Cameron. You don't remember the white-haired?
No,
guy?
I remember it vividly, but I don't think it looks anything like him.
Stop it! It
I
was
didn't
based
think so
on
at
him
all.
all the way. Oh,
I didn't think so at all.
Come on! Oh, God, wait till you see the film again, and then you keep that in your
I know,
mind.
white.
That's James
He had
Cameron.
white hair. He had
takes the glasses
He
off.
had the
and
soul
it's
patch.
Edward Norton.
I didn't think of it at all.
Oh, come on!
And that-
white hair, and he had the gaunt face.
I didn't think Cameron at all.
Cameron all the way.
I didn't think.
Regardless, and he produced the film. That's
I know.
why they used him as his avatar. Oh, come on!
I don't know. I didn't see that.
You're
No, I
missing
just
the
didn't
boat
see
on
that.
one. Here he is, Marshall Ali. Fantastic presence in this film. He's a great presence.
He's like the
everything he
mini
does.
boss in this movie.
Yeah,
the villain.
he's terrific.
He's very good.
He's really quite good. But he's really not the boss.
I said he's the mini boss.
Is the
That's
James
why I
Cameron
said he's
guy.
the mini boss. Yeah.
There she is, the beautiful, the lovely
Miss Vision.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, she's excellent too.
She's great.
Yeah, she's good.
great.
She plays she's Christoph Waltz's ex-wife in the film.
Yeah.
And in the film, she works with Mahershala Ali's character.
Mm-hmm.
She helps him design these super robotic cyborgs that compete in the murder ball game, or whatever it's called, in the motor
But our
ball.
little Alita, we must remember. Oh, there she is in real life.
In real life, her and the
Oh,
guy
wow.
that plays the love interest in the film as
He
well.
was terrific.
He was good. I liked
He
him
was
a lot.
very good.
Yeah, his name was blah 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 blah. What's his name here? Keenan Johnson, I believe.
Yeah.
And the big bad guy, this one down here.
Yeah.
That was
Josh Brolin role.
Yeah, that was voiced by Jackie Earl Haley.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Jackie Earl
interesting.
Haley. Yeah.
Well, he was good.
And I like the cameo by Jeff Fahey as the
Yeah, I
cyborg
saw Jeff
with
Fahey
the
in
dogs.
I know. Like, that was a Robert Rodriguez throwback.
It was,
He always
from
put
Machete.
Jeff, like in all his films.
A bunch of them,
Oh,
yeah.
not just that. Planet Terror. Jeff Fahey
That's
has
right.
a major role.
That's right. You're right.
But, you know, I really like this film
Me
a
too.
lot.
Highly recommend
it. You know, it starts out a kind of... I liked specifically the intimacy of this film.
Yeah, yeah.
It took you right to... There was no bad direction here. The direction was always focused. It was right on we as the audience watching the progression of this little girl. Of course, at one particular point now, all she is when he finds her in the trash bin, or the trash area, is she's just a head and like an esophagus, basically.
Pretty much.
Goes down, and then he has to build around her.
Yeah.
And I like that whole Frankenstein.
I enjoyed
scene.
that quite a bit.
I thought it was very good. It was very technically efficient.
It was cool.
I thought Christoph really handled the doctor role. We're so used to seeing Christoph Waltz as kind of a bad, not a bad, but always kind of a, because he plays such a good
Like an authority
asshole.
figure.
He
kind
plays
of,
a good.
yeah.
He plays
He
a good
does.
asshole. He
He's great.
truly does. But in this film,
She looks like Anne Hathaway there.
a little bit, but still, that's all Emma Stone. That's all I see of those eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really
It's
just
fun.
the
There's a lot of-
subtleties of this film. It came to fruition. I knew, of course, that her, she finds a new body. She goes up.
Yeah,
to the thing.
let's not
She
give
finds
too
this
much away, but
incredible
there's-
titanium
yeah.
body. So I kind of saw that all. Oh, something's going to happen.
Well, of course, yeah.
But we've got great characters here. It's just
there's
a well done film.
And there's a lot of fun action sequence, a lot of good fight
the
scenes.
actions and it's not. Is it a PG rated?
It's PG-13. I
Because
actually
the
read
F word
that.
is,
It's the first PG-13 film that Rodriguez has done.
Oh, is it?
All his other movies are either R or the Spy Kids films were PG.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what about the second Sin City film? Oh, he didn't direct it. He co-directed it with Frank Miller.
Yeah, I think it was still R. right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
I think that was PG-13.
No. Well, I read that this was his
The
first
Josh
PG-13.
Brolin? Yeah.
I don't think his second Sin City was PG-13.
That was To Die For.
Yeah, Dame to Die For.
Dame
to
to
Kill
Die
For.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Peter
not
Green.
great, sadly.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was.
No,
well, Frank Miller took over the.
I know. I didn't
direction
enjoy
on
that second one that much at all.
We can move on though, but this was a very.
And it's a big screen film.
It's
You gotta
absolutely
see
a
this on the
big
big
film.
screen.
Just wonderful landscapes
Yeah.
of futuristic.
I agree.
A lot of Blade Runner-esque.
Yes.
A lot of just this fantastic, almost a Star Warsian kind of essence to it. I just love the such a. Aquaman, we've had a lot of great films that have just artistically, I think the merits of Hollywood these days, just with, creating these visuals that are so astounding. And, it used to be we'd get those back in, the 70s, 60s, 80s, whatever, Logan's Run. We'd then go to other films. But now it's constant. Every scene is specifically just a magnificent landscape of so much going on. Look at Radio Player One, which...
Ready Player One.
Pardon me?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. I mean, that was just that was an amazing.
I enjoyed that film quite a bit.
100 different special effects going on.
Incredible. Things in the background, Easter eggs, all this kind of stuff.
I really,
it was a lot of fun.
I'm just amazed at the progression of our CGI.
It's getting so good.
It's getting.
It's almost scary.
Scary good.
Yeah,
you know, it's suddenly we're going to be taken over by the computers that we're creating to create these worlds. But it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And another thing, if I may point out, because I know we're racked for time tonight, but it does scare me a little bit. That I just flew right out of my head. I started thinking ahead of what I was about to say, and I kind of lost it. But I was going to say that... Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's move on.
It'll come to you next week.
It'll come to me next week. Or
yeah,
3
it's
o'clock
a big
in the
screen
morning.
movie. Go enjoy it. We both loved it.
3 o'clock in the morning, I'll come back out here.
And Dame to Kill 4, by the way, was rated R. I just checked.
Oh, okay.
As I told you.
All right, cool.
All right, so next I'm going to review real quick because you didn't get a chance to go see it.
Okay.
I'll do a synopsis / quick review of Cold Pursuit, the latest in the Liam Neeson action filmography. This film...
don't give too much away now, because I have not seen the film.
Hey, you're the one that gives away shit on this show, not me. You're the spoiler king, not me. It's true. He's a snowplow driver in rural Colorado. Son gets killed, and so he's out for revenge. That's really all I'm going to say. It's a crime movie. It's a revenge film. As usual, Liam's great. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Plays the same character in every film.
Pretty much, but he's very reliable as that character.
He's good at playing that character.
But in this film... he's not a guy that's prepared for this kind of thing. He's a Joe Blow, regular blue-collar worker who's learning how to kill because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
But he's a guy who learns, and he does some smart things. Laura Dern is his wife in the film, who's kind of depressing the whole time.
Is she?
And then there's other characters that we meet throughout the film. The film takes some turns that you don't see coming, which I thought was interesting.
Look how dark we look.
That happens with the lighter pictures.
Okay.
The villain in this film was a young guy who's a drug dealer, who I thought was pretty good. I liked him. There should be a picture of him coming up in a second. His name is Tom. I believe it's Tom Bateman. He's good. He's like an obsessive compulsive villain. It's kind of funny. And then we have two cops. One of them played by Emmy Rossum, who are trying to figure out the murder aspect of this. Meanwhile, we have him as a loose cannon in the background.
Okay.
It's enjoyable. It's not one of his best films. I found it to be, I don't want to say slow at times, but the film takes some long moments, long sections of the film. He's not even in the film because it has there's like a subplots with other characters, other villainous characters that are not boring, but I want to see a Liam Neeson movie, and sometimes you get a little antsy, you know?
The reviews have been fairly good for this film.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad film. It's just not his best.
I've also heard that it kind of veers away from standard Hollywood formula.
Well, it does, because this is an American remake of a 2014 Danish film called... I thought I wrote down the film. Oh, yeah. It's called In Order of Disappearance. Which
I think I saw that.
You might have done it. You probably did. It stars the original star was Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, I saw that film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I liked it very much.
Yeah, so then you might like this. And the same director did this.
I know.
Which is always weird.
That was a great film.
It's always weird when a director remakes his own film.
Yeah. One of the biggest mistakes of all time was a movie called The Vanishing. I don't know if you
I know. Well, I only saw the remake.
Well, I saw the original, and it was frightening and horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible. It was a horrifying film. Yeah. It was about a serial killer.
Yeah, I know the story.
And of course, in the American remake with Kiefer Sutherland
and Jeff Bridges.
Right.
And Sandra Bullock in an early role.
Sandra Bullock, right. Film took a whole different turn. It wasn't...
See, I'm going to watch the original.
Oh, God.
But I thought that...
Horrifying.
I thought that Jeff Bridges did a great job in this film. In the American remake.
No. He distances himself and plays a
creep.
A creep very well.
Really good creep.
See the original.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
It's
I want to see
absolutely frightening.
But anyway, I would say check out Cold Pursuit.
Okay.
You don't have to rush out to the theater. You can see it at home and enjoy it just as much.
Okay.
There's a great pop-up role Supporting role of William Forsythe in this film, which I thought was fun.
Who?
William Forsythe.
Oh, I know.
I don't get to see him that often.
William.
I like him. So did I.
talked
There he is
to him
right
for
here.
a long time. Yeah.
We both met him at Chula Theater one year.
Absolutely. He
Very
was a
nice
great
guy.
He's
unfortunate put on more weight
and
again.
he talks all the time. He talks a lot.
He does.
When you're with him.
He's a
He'll
talker.
talk to you. He's funny. He's a kid. All right, let's move on.
It's at best it's a 3-star film.
Okay. At worst, it's a
2.5. 2.5.
All right.
Yeah. No, but it's fun, but it's not his best. All right, so let's moving on. We're going to jump to a pretty fascinating documentary called Free Solo.
I think What Men Want was actually next, but that's okay. We'll do this.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, let's do this.
You want to do that? Oh, we'll go back to that. I'm sorry.
We'll go back.
Yeah, Free Solo is a documentary. It's playing now in limited release. It's also available on streaming platforms, pretty much all of them. It's about a guy...
Well, why don't I talk for a bit, because you just talked through the entire Cold Pursuit.
Okay, why don't you give the synopsis?
This is a documentary. This is a true, absolutely...
His name is Alex
Holdwell?
Hunnold.
Okay. This is the pre-story to the whole... When I say story, this is an actual documentary. It is filmed by the National Geographic crew. And they are in touch with Alex the entire time, because Alex's dream is to climb El Capitan in the Yosemite Valley in California. Mm-hmm. It is one of the highest, most frightening, sheer, straight-up cliffs. This is a Free Solo represents any human being who attempts to climb a rock of any sort without ropes, without any kind of safety devices, hooks, whatever. He's just going up there with his body and his mind
and his balls
and his balls in our throats. And I don't mean that literally.
I wish I saw this film in IMAX.
Oh my God! I'll tell you something.
I didn't. I made the wrong choice.
I watched this film streaming last night. And yeah, sure. I watched this film last night, and I'll tell you something. Now I'm going to give something away because it's fact. Alex makes the climb.
I like to think they wouldn't make the movie if he dies.
Well, true. But you know something? I got to tell you something.
The 2 co-directors, by the way.
There you go.
You're good.
Here's the girl who directed The Rider.
It looks like her, though.
It does look like her, though. Yeah. But this is Jimmy Chin here.
Jimmy Chin and Elizabeth Chai Vasarhelyi, if I said it right.
Alex is, he gets a girlfriend. This is all real.
Yes.
She's a real human being that adores him, loves him. Yes. He loves her. He's I related so much to this guy. Here it is. The incredible
El Capitan.
Alex looking at El Capitan. This thing is 3,000 feet high.
Yeah.
It is a mammoth god of a mountain cliff.
Crazy.
And to begin to attempt such a thing, I was dreaming this all night. Look at this.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I had a dream, not about climbing, but I had a dream about big mountains the night after I watched it too.
Well, I dreamed last night that I was on the cliff. I'm up there looking down going, now what the hell do I do?
Cow.
I mean, the frightening of it. You did the whole climb in the whole climb.
Less than 4 hours.
3 hours and 57 minutes.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Here's
his girlfriend. Also played by Rachel McAdams
a little bit.
A little bit. She's very cute. Lady.
She's very cute.
Really loves him.
Yeah.
He's
a difficult guy, too.
He's a very difficult guy. He was, as I said, I relate to him very much. There's, he's a soulless individual that was unloved through his birth. And I'm not crying to you folks, but... I
don't know if he was a soulless guy that was unloved.
Send money to me. Help me, for God's sake. But... he's just here's Jimmy Chin, our director from National Geographic, and I love the compassion that these men felt as they're watching him, attempting to make the climb.
Yeah.
He tries to make the climb a couple times, it seems, with ropes.
To practice.
Practice.
Because what was amazing to me, not to interrupt you, but before I forget my thought, the most amazing to me was that you can't just say, I'm going to climb a mountain. You have to plan your route. You have to know the topography of the mountain. And, okay, this is called the boulder problem. Literally, there's a part of it called the boulder problem.
Absolutely.
And you got to know all the little nooks and crannies. And
19 separate sections.
Yeah.
And I love the
Amazing.
way, I love the way, it was like the graphic at the beginning of Titanic, when they show, graphic-wise, how the boat picks up. But
yes.
they have a wonderful little graphic map of the
cool.
of his climb.
Yeah.
He goes to that. Look at this guy. He's basically muscle and bone. There's no fat on him.
He's got to have extreme upper body strength, and his fingers
Look at this
are
guy.
the key to doing this.
Yeah, it's like Jimi Hendrix is climbing a wall. He's got these massive hands, unlike our president. Look at the hand on this guy. I mean, that almost looks
strong.
photoshopped.
Yeah, I bet you he's got a hell of a handshake, like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, but I'll tell you something. This film was frightening.
I loved it.
As an audience person watching somebody undertake this incredible feat. And I gotta be honest, I was watching this film and literally, I'm not kidding, I was so nervous. I was so upset watching. I couldn't even look at times.
There were some shots where the camera, it's on the rock, right? It's just rock.
Yeah.
Then the camera pans and you see the expanse of the size of
like
the
this.
distance.
Yeah.
I actually felt my stomach move a little bit.
You know, I remember the walk.
I saw that in 3D. I loved it.
know,
Yeah,
me
I like to
too.
see this in 3D.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
By
the way, this is up for best documentary at the Oscars.
Oh, I hope it wins.
I kind of hope it wins too.
I hope it wins. It's fantastic.
It's great.
This guy he's just the calmest, most,
Yeah.
you know, the best scene in the film for me was, you know, he has to do this horrible jump. It's like a jump.
I know.
He had to make this jump, which he was frightening to death.
Yeah,
He kept
yeah.
saying, "Oh my God, here I am on ropes. How do I do this?" He has to do this thing called a karate kick, where he puts his one leg bracing. I wish I had a picture of that.
I couldn't find one. It was hard to find images of this movie.
Understood.
Yeah.
But he has this thing called a karate kick, and he has to kind of move around and kind of shift
Like
his
secure
body.
his footing this way,
Right.
and then move. It was great,
And
like
there's
Spider-Man.
one fantastic thing. Now, another thing, and we're going on too long probably in this film for what we have
Well,
to
we'll
work on
stop in
today.
a sec.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. This film is so worth talking
It
about.
is, yes.
But my favorite scene was he finally gets to that particular problem mountain area, that problem pass, so to speak, and he looks at the camera. And,
he does, yeah.
He's like a little kid. He just goes, "I did it, I did it," and he's got this beaming smile. This man literally lives to, you know, and they do an incredible.
Look at that! Like, look at that! Look how precariously he's suspended from that.
Well, yeah, but that's shot on an angle. He's really straight up and down there. But the camera is
still
kind of looking at the
hell.
crevice in a different way.
And you know what? This movie probably couldn't have been made as well as it was if they didn't have access to drones, because that gave so much access to his climb. Because some of the shots are from this massive telephoto lens all the way in the ground.
They were talking about how they were going to photograph every single thing.
They were. Although I know
never
that,
talked about drones, did they? I didn't see them talk about drones ever.
Yeah, but there's clear as day they're using drones. The shots
I
they're
don't
moving
know.
down. I guarantee you there's
that.
there are shots where the camera's in his face that moves all the way
They
back.
said, "Hey, if we're over here, we can photograph from here. If we're over there, we can
No, but
photograph
they're
from
also.
here."
I saw them
And then the guys
operating a
were from the
drone.
ground. Okay.
I saw the drone
All right,
remote.
well, I just
of course
asked you
they're using
that.
drones.
I
Yeah,
just
no,
asked you that.
absolutely.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
But,
and
an amazing, and of course,
and this guy's too is on ropes, filming as well.
I know.
Yeah,
and
ballsy.
And they were talking about. There's another guy who you do not have a picture of, the red-haired guy with the mustache.
I know I couldn't find one.
Well, okay. And they are co-climbers.
Oh, yeah. He was a friend
He's
mentor.
another free solo.
He is, yeah.
They both talk about how they've lost over 40 friends, acquaintances, people that they've known and loved or not loved, but they've known, who have all died, and they gave a nice little, almost like a little in memoriam of all the people. Oh, here, this guy was only 30 years old, and he died, and he went up this, and these guys are obsessed. I love the little scientific study that they do of Alex, where they put him in a hospital room. They scan his brain, and they show that the fear receptors in the far back of his head are like, there's nothing there. He's got no fear. He has minimalistic fear compared to the average human. Now me, that's all I am, is a massive fear. But look at this guy. Look at the smile.
Oh wait, there's the guy. That's it. That's his friend. Yeah.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
There he is.
There he is. Beautiful.
And these guys are such, it goes beyond. And Alex even says, if it comes down to a woman or it comes down to the mountain, I choose the mountain every time
he loves,
because it's just the love, the passion of what they do, and why they do it. God only knows. It's life risky.
Yeah.
But he is the first man, and as I have been trying to say, and I'm getting in my own way, but I couldn't take the pressure of watching this hour and 41-minute film without knowing the end. Yeah. I went onto my
You
phone.
did? You ruined it for yourself?
I did. And I said, did anybody ever climb El Capitan? I said to Google, has anybody ever climbed El Capitan? and lived. And sure enough, it said, sure, Alex Holell in
see, I didn't want to know.
2007.
But
I had to know.
I felt that he did.
I had to know because I was frightened and I just sat here closing my eyes. I do have
Because if he did die, this would be a snuff film.
Well, no. There was a film called The Bridge. You remember The Bridge? Did you ever see The Bridge?
Well, that's the suicide film about the Golden Gate Bridge.
Correct.
Yes.
And the jumpers that they had. And
there was one guy that said, as soon as I jumped, I immediately regretted it.
Well, the guy, but he lived.
I know he's the one that lived.
And there was one guy that, like a seal or something, pushed him to the surface.
Amazing.
And but the thing that actually happens in like a water scenario is your bones are like crushed. They're crushed.
They're hitting pavement.
Your bones actually slice into your kidneys and your liver, and your bones become little thousands of knives when you jump into the water. So don't kill yourself by jumping into water.
All right, so we should move on. It's been a while.
We should. Yeah. This is just an
amazing documentary.
Film. Oh my God!
Check out Free Solo.
I really loved it.
Excellent.
It was a little too intense at times, though. But
it was great. Really, so now you're going to do a quick...
I'll do What Men Want.
You'll do this fairly succinctly.
Here she is, Taraji B. Henson.
I'm glad you went to see this because I didn't want to see this one.
You know something? I got to say, I really like this film.
I'm sure you did.
I'm
sure it's enjoyable.
It's a 3-star film.
I'm just not dying to see
amazing.
It. She's excellent.
She's really
and she looks very beautiful there.
She's beautiful in the film.
Yeah.
She's just fit and beautiful, and she plays an executive in a company, and
she's a sports agent, right?
She's right. Here she is in the company. Here we have what's his name? He's been in every sitcom. New Girl. The New Girl with Zoe Deschanel.
Exactly.
He's now on a show with Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the story is this: she's executive in an advertising firm that specifically goes to sports people for advertising, and they become agents, etc. So she is in line to become the next partner in this firm, and she is constantly, not just because of her femaleness, but because of her race, she is bypassed. And she is unfairly so. It is just absolute discrimination. She knows it. So one particular night, she's at a girlfriend's party. There's a profiteer, a palm reader, if you will, there doing tarot cards, and gives her here's her boyfriend. She has a one-night stand with at the beginning of the film, but. Here's the girls. I love this girl. She's on a show called The Goldbergs.
Oh yeah, she's the mother.
I love her.
She's good in that.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she's good.
I love this girl. But here's Taraji over there. But okay, we have the real millionaire. Mark Cuban right there.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy's there. I believe that's about
it. And then Shaquille O'Neal's there too somewhere.
Yeah, Shaquille's in there also. Yeah. But this guy plays her dad.
That's Richard Roundtree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Shaft.
From
the old days.
Yeah.
Well, he looks...
Soon to be in the Shaft sequel that's coming out.
It doesn't look too good.
It's okay.
It looks kind of silly. But okay. So anyway, she goes to a girlfriend's and she drinks a magic tea, if you will, bumps her head. Next thing you know, it's like Amy Schumer and I Feel Pretty. Next thing you know, you're out in the backyard singing I Feel Pretty in a dress and a wig.
Exactly.
And anyway, now she can hear men's thoughts. Here we have Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live, who's having a gay
this is her
kind of
and this
thing.
Is her sidekick.
This guy is terrific.
Yeah, Josh Brenner. He's in Silicon Valley.
Is he? Yeah,
he's a great actor. I like him a lot.
He's wonderful.
It's fun.
This is a very good character-driven sitcom. Is really
and
all
it's a remake of the Mel Gibson film What Women Want,
basically,
from 2000.
Well, kind of.
Well, it says in the thing, IMDb, based on that film.
Well, basically it is. It's all in reverse here.
That's the new thing now. Take movies, reboot them for women.
Well, that horrible movie with Anna Faris, Overboard.
Honestly, I didn't hate it, but it was not as good as the original.
The original was so wonderful. I loved it. Tracy Morgan, I can do without him. I don't need to see Tracy Morgan in any film.
He is typecast.
Yeah, I can see Tracy once. That's enough.
I loved him on 30 Rock, but
he is
kind of unfortunately
so grating.
Just doing the same thing.
Gets on your nerves for me.
That was a great impression of him.
That's all.
Is that a dog eating?
Exactly. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a mule, going to take a dump and it can't do it. But
Alec Baldwin.
Here's the soothsayer here. You're about to give her the magic tea.
Alec Baldwin said that only two people can make him laugh his ass off. It's Tracy Morgan and his brother Steven.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Gee, that's funny. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But it's really a great little film, and of course,
glad to hear.
You know,
I'll see it when it's on video.
We get the little moralistic,
of course.
You know, the lesson is learned here as the film projects to its Archean end, and I gotta say, I just liked it. It was fun to watch. It was I never looked at my watch or anything. Okay. Of course, you know. But it was an endearing little piece of work.
I'll watch it when it comes on video, I guess.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's
Should people run out to see it, or can they wait till video?
No. It's a small screen film all the way. You don't need to see this in a theater. No way.
Okay.
No way.
Great. All right, let's move on. We are now going to do a film that I know is close and dear to your heart.
Polar? What you want to do?
No,
Destroyer?
we're doing Destroyer first.
Okay, let's do Destroyer.
So Destroyer is still playing in limited release.
Yeah, we both saw it in Brooklyn the other night.
I can't believe I went over to Brooklyn to see a movie.
But it was...
But Nicole Kidman in this movie made me do it.
I'm telling you.
Nicole Kidman, unlike you've ever seen her before. This is the Charlize Theron monster movie.
No, this is The Walking Dead.
They take a beautiful woman and put this makeup on her and make her look like shit.
Look at her.
Yeah.
The eyes. I mean, this is pure Walking Dead.
It is.
It's terrible. So gaunt. They white-faced her. They pasty...
They never really told us how she got so... It was only 15 years.
We have flashback.
15 years and then current.
Wasn't there a drug issue?
Maybe she became a drug dealer. Maybe a drug addict. But they didn't get into that.
Yeah, here she is back when she's... Here's almost like the interim.
Yeah.
She's not quite as gruesome. I gotta say, I love this film.
I enjoyed it too.
I really loved it. I thought it's a 2-hour film. But here's the little girl who plays her daughter, very well cast.
Yeah, she was good.
Seemed like a real little 17-year-old bitchy little spoiled girl. But Nicole is the star of this film.
It's her film altogether.
This is her movie. She's a cop. She's a detective.
Undercover.
She's kind of tracked
deep
down.
Undercover.
I love the way the film goes.
Sebastian Stan, her partner,
he's terrific.
who becomes her lover.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's very good. They're both undercover. He's an undercover FBI agent, and she's an NYPD cop.
Yep.
I mean, LAPD cop. Yeah.
And at the beginning of the film, there's a bank robbery going on and so forth, and she's involved with these people, and but the opening of the film is the key. There's a murder.
Oh yeah.
And we don't know how that murder has started and how that murder was done. She's a cop. She's called to the case. She reviews the case. And the film goes through many different twists. It's really it's an epic little piece of methodical cop work.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say epic, but it's really I think it's a brilliant little film. I really do. I think it's a great little screenplay. I just enjoyed it so much. I don't.
Here's the director. Female director. She did a great job.
Yeah.
I have her name here because it's Karen Kusama.
Nicole is a little Botoxed out.
This is the villain. Toby.
He's great.
He's great. Toby Kebbell, who we've seen in a bunch of things, especially Black Mirror.
Okay.
Season 1, he was in the second episode, my favorite episode.
Yeah.
And he's been in some more films lately, too.
Okay.
He's very good. He plays a really good scumbag in this movie.
Film is well shot. I think
it's well done.
It's
got a great look.
I loved it.
The flashbacks at first, a little confusing until you understand what's going on.
True.
Once you get used to the way this film is going to be telling its story, then you're following it without a problem. But it jumps without warning. 15 years ago, present day. 15 years ago.
True Detective, modern edition, HBO.
It does
the
that
same
too.
thing.
But the visual of the characters of the 3 time periods of True Detective, I don't have an issue with.
I have an issue with the middle one because there's the.
It's more of a flat top, where the first one is more of an afro.
Well, true, but not
for Marshalla.
Exactly, but you know, there's not enough difference in the.
I do agree. There's not enough difference.
Stephen Dorff character.
His hair is just like slick back in the second one.
You know, the second one, they're just not going. They're not committing to the great makeup that they do from
the third
first to the third.
They could have aged him a little bit, I guess.
I think they should have, because it is like 20 years, I believe.
10.
Is it 10?
It's 1980, 1990, and then 2015.
We're off the subject. This is Nicole's movie. This is basically Monster, but she's on the side of the law.
Yeah.
And she's got to track down the murderer of a specific drug lord who was murdered at the beginning of the film. And we go through the whole trials and tribulations of her character and her daughter and her life and her loves and the loss and a lot of sadness.
Yeah. She's very depressed, very bleak kind of a movie.
It really is.
And I will say that one of the big things that runs throughout this film, too, in terms of her character, is that she's doing this whole investigation in the present day, not in the flashbacks.
Yeah.
All on her own. She's not keeping her
Correct.
superiors in the loop.
True.
They're always calling her, where are you? What's going on? She's like, this is my case. I have to solve this.
She's removed from the case.
She's removed from the case, yeah. You know, and then and then there's some things that happen that we find out without spoiling anything. But I thought the film was very satisfying. I
really enjoyed it.
I'm surprised she didn't get the Oscar nomination. I guess it's a crowded field,
it's
but
kind of a one-note performance.
She did get the Globe nomination.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was terrific.
She was good.
I really liked the film a lot.
Yeah.
I really did. I mean, look
look
at
how
the makeup.
gaunt she looks
Look
there.
at at everything here. The little.
We can even see the cilia.
The little fuzzy head.
Yeah, that's cilia.
I know.
Yeah.
Here she is when she's young and beautiful.
This is the flashback 15 years.
Exactly.
Looking great.
Yeah.
It's a good film. Check out the story. It's going to be available online very soon.
Absolutely,
I know that.
So.
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I was looking forward to this film. I really was.
Got some negative reviews on IMDb. I did go there to see what people thought of it. A lot of people said, "Oh, the worst film I've ever seen. So
Get out of here.
So boring, so boring, so boring, so boring." But it's not boring.
It's boring if you're expecting an action movie.
It's character driven. Yeah, if you're expecting an action movie, don't expect an action movie. Just expect a great performance and a methodical cop film that delivers the goods.
It's good. It's very good.
The ending was so satisfying to me. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the ending.
And there's some things, and there were some things that happened. I didn't see the ending coming in some ways.
I didn't either until it happens, and then suddenly.
This is a beautiful scene too. I like that.
Yeah.
I read that during the shooting of this scene, she had such a bad case of the flu.
Really?
She said she could barely walk.
Oh God!
And she fought through.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna. It's a great poster.
Yeah,
I agree. We're gonna move on now.
Let's do Polar.
We're gonna do Polar.
Yeah.
Which is now available on Netflix.
Yep.
It's a Netflix film. It's based on a graphic novel that was done by Dark Horse.
Yeah.
If you don't know his name,
Mads
Mikkelsen, you know his face. You've seen him in a million movies.
Vanessa Hudgens is in this.
I'll be honest, I didn't realize it was her.
Didn't even know it was her.
Yeah.
I knew it was her because I knew she was in the film.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten.
But when you see her, but I'll tell you this about Vanessa Hudgens very quickly. Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's awesome.
He's so good.
He's so good.
He can play anything.
I love him.
He's usually a bad guy.
Usually.
But here he's a bad
anti-hero.
He's an anti-Christ. He's an not anti-Christ, but
he's
an anti-hero.
Yeah.
This guy, of course, we remember him.
He was great.
He was wonderful. Of course, he's the twins that was in the Alice in Wonderland film.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's had a very big career.
He really has.
His name, I have it here. It's where is it here in this list? I didn't
He's
write
got
down
that albino kind of.
Yeah, I have his name here. I just don't remember which one it is. I didn't write down the character names.
Well, no,
he's great.
The one guy played the two parts.
I know now. I know that. Yeah, but I'm saying I forget what his name was. He's good. He's got a huge career. He's mostly done a lot of comedy.
Has he?
But he was a nasty villain in this film.
He was wonderful. I liked everybody in this film. I really thought this was a great movie.
That's Catherine Winnick. She's good.
The one thing about the Vanessa Hudgens, do we have a picture of her here?
Yeah, there's one coming up. By the way, I didn't care for the moments with these guys. I didn't find them to be believable.
Was kind of silly.
If you're going to be this covert group of assassins, you're going to be doing all this stuff in broad daylight.
I got to talk about a couple things, though. A couple things that just were so almost entertaining.
There were some great deaths.
In a sick way.
Nice cameo, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Here we have Johnny
Right in the
Knoxville.
beginning, Johnny Knoxville.
Dies pretty quick, ladies and gentlemen. But there's a big, giant man who is so overweight.
Yeah. In the hallway.
I love this. No, he's in that house. He's in that house. He's in a room. He's sitting in a chair. And they are sent to kill him.
Yeah.
He's laying there in the chair. Now, they go up to him, and of course, she's one of our almost...
Oh, that scene. I'm sorry.
Tarantino kind of
I thought you were talking about the scene that he staples the guy to the wall in the hotel room. That guy.
No, not him. I'm talking about the mass of...
Did they blow away?
He's like 800 pounds.
Dreyfus, by the way.
Yeah, Richard.
I didn't know he was in it.
You know, Richard's in another film that I just saw, too.
We just saw him
all over the place.
We just reviewed him in Asher.
And Asher, but now he's in something else.
He's busy.
He's doing a lot of stuff, and he's good at playing these characters.
Yeah,
he does a lot of voices nowadays.
Yeah.
He's terrific. The eye patch, though. This guy's just too
And this
much.
eye patch in this film is earned.
Yeah.
Because a lot of movies' characters have eye patches, I don't buy it. He earns it.
Okay, but anyway,
Yeah, the
let me
scene
just
you're
do this
talking
one
to.
scene. A lot of death, a lot of good. You know, we're very used to the John Wick flow of murder and mayhem, where I
love this scene, by the way.
People are point blank. Oh, that was outrageous.
That was outrageous.
So
There she is.
Look at
Hutchins.
this horrible wig they've given her to
Oh,
wear.
yeah.
That wig, it just looked like they took, an old Beatle wig or something, and they just added some dimension. Looks like sort of Ringo, if you will.
He has such a cool look in this movie.
He's just a cool looking guy.
Awesome. Yeah, he is.
Anyway, this big giant guy, he weighs about I'm not kidding, about 600-700 pounds.
Huge.
He's lying there. They've come to assassinate him. They want information from him to track down Mads Mikkelsen, our anti-hero.
Yes.
And so they end up shooting him.
Yeah.
But he's so fat that the first few shots, so they're turning to leave, and then our fat man, forgive the wordage of fat, but I don't know what else to use. He's so overweight, he's bloated beyond belief, but his fat has protected him from death. So they now turn and go, oh, well, so they all have machine guns.
Brutal.
That scene was like making spaghetti sauce.
I know, it was
and
brutal.
Literally, they take 5 of them with these 5 machine guns. They just go, hey, look, it's the guy from Free Solo.
Yeah,
it's his buddy.
It looks like him.
Buddy, climbing up the mountain there. But they take these 5 machines and they just go, 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 go. And you just see like tons of carnage of flesh exploding out of this man's chest. I tell you, it was hilarious.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah,
it's just about a bunch of assassins trying to take out another assassin.
Exactly.
We've seen this storyline before.
He's the old guy. He wants to retire. He just wants to go home and live in his mountain.
You can't retire from this business.
Exactly. It's like John Wick. It's like
but there's a
Neeson.
money thing involved. Like he gets to cash out his retirement package from this company.
Right.
But they're going to kill him so they don't have to pay it out.
Right. Right.
But it's a lot of fun.
And our chubby little guy there, the white albino man, I think he's very good.
He was good.
It's way over the top.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Little Gorbachev thing going on.
Well, no, he looks more like Chaz Bono right here.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's got this
Cher's
see the little
daughter
Gorbachev
slash son.
thing?
Yeah, I loved her.
She was good.
She's one of the assassins.
She's
she
good.
changes hair color quite a bit.
She does.
She's a blonde. She's a brunette. She's a redhead. But it's
this film is getting
little film noir. It's Atomic Blonde. In reverse ×2. Look at little Vanessa here.
Vanessa,
and of course, there's a whole subplot with Vanessa that I won't go into. That's kind of telling, and we understand things, and it goes on. I found it to be a very satisfying.
It's a very satisfying film. The critics online don't like this movie, but I enjoyed this film. It's one of the better Netflix films.
It is gratuitous violence to such an
but you know what you're
outrageous
getting,
degree. But it's outrageous.
It's very,
gratuitous.
I know it is.
Just constant. Everybody's getting shot.
I know.
Close up. Explosions of heads.
I do have one big issue.
The guy being stapled to the wall.
That was brutal. That was great.
But that was horrifying.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There's a scene that I'm like, come on. There's a scene where a bunch of people converge to kill him in a cabin at night.
Oh.
And one guy's a sniper across the lake.
Right.
All of a sudden, there's one scene where he's on the other side naked.
Well, right. Well, he had to run out of the room.
I know, but I mean, so quick he got to the other side. That was a little silly. But I let it go.
That could be possible in
not in a short amount of time. To run around the lake. It was a far distance.
Oh, okay.
But whatever.
Well, we don't know. They didn't give a time essence, but a little liberty with the script.
This is more of a cameo than anything.
Exactly.
But
and he almost plays the same character. He plays in the action
other
thing.
one.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy who dictates. He's the head man more or less.
I read the trivia that Richard Dreyfuss actually directed a couple of the torture scenes because he wanted to make sure it was done right.
In this film?
Yeah, it's not even like he's a producer. Like, who are you?
Why is he directing torture scenes?
Yeah, you're not the director of the film. Like,
yeah, really.
Did they just do that as a favor to you? I thought that was weird.
It's quite fun, though. It's on
a
Netflix.
fun film.
Check it
I
out.
recommend it. It's got some really fun scenes.
I don't know if it's for, a lot of women. I don't know if this is a woman.
It's for genre fans.
A woman's film to enjoy. It's a genre film, but look at little Vanessa here.
She was great. I thought she was very good.
Up. Yeah. I mean, they're setting her up to be the next Nicole Kidman in Destroyer 2.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so good. And she's such a cute girl.
She's cute.
By notation, I mean, and High School Musical from years ago.
I love how he just goes to Redbox the whole movie to get movies in his cabinet.
That's right. Yeah,
a lot of it takes place in Montana.
Kind of fun,
Did you recognize that guy, by the way? Do you remember him, the bald guy? He's not Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yeah.
He was the guy in Breaking Bad in the Hummer that was stealing the stuff from the medical lab. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Too insignificant.
Not on Breaking Bad.
For me to
He's
remember.
on Better Call Saul. He's the one that Mike was helping out in that one scene. Two or three scenes over a course of several episodes. He drove a Humvee. Anyway.
Oh, I remember the guy.
That's him.
Yeah. Okay, and he meets with the drug lords.
Yes. He's selling shit, and then he hires Mike as protection.
Right.
Yeah, he's a real jackass.
He was good.
Yeah, they steal his baseball memorabilia.
Right. And he hires Mike to get it back.
Exactly, he does. Yeah. Anyway, we're digressing. I recommend Polar. Check it out. It's on Netflix.
I recommend it too. It's great fun, and it's
hour and
just
a half, easy, hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's about an hour and something.
All right, so moving along nicely, we're going to do now, as we mentioned before, At Eternity's Gate.
Okay.
This is the film.
We got two whole more movies.
We can get it because we will be an hour.
What time did we start?
We started, I believe, at 5 after.
Oh, good.
Right on the dot.
We're okay.
So, At Eternity's Gate is the film with Willem Dafoe. He's up for the Oscar for playing Vincent Van Gogh.
And they're showing you the sliced ear here.
Sliced ear. We don't get to see it happen, though.
No, we don't.
This film jumps around a lot through time over the course of the 2.5 months that he was living in the south of France, doing like 75 pieces of work of art. But we jump to sudden black, and then it moves on. And I feel like some of it was so abrupt, like even the music was cut abruptly. It was very strange.
It looks like Stevie Wonder did some editing on
it
film.
was very, I didn't like the editing. Too much.
I kind of, because it's an art film, no pun intended.
Julian Schnabel directed, was an art house director.
Yeah, he is. He also did a movie called The Batsawana. Basquiat, there you go.
And he did Breaking the Waves, was that him?
Great Oscar Isaac.
Before Night Falls and The Diving Bell and the Butterfly.
Oscar, he plays Paul Cézanne.
But I thought it was Gauguin with a G.
Was it Gauguin? Oh, I think you're right.
With a G,
Well, Cézanne, Gauguin. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. But I think Willem Dafoe, who was nominated for Best Actor for this film,
it's a worthy nomination.
I think he's wonderful.
He was great. I always have liked Willem.
Yeah, me too.
I love him.
Me too. It's hard, even in the Marvel films and the Spider-Man stuff.
And he was in Aquaman.
He was great. Yeah, he was great in Aquaman.
I love him.
Look at him here. I think he really transforms himself very well into this character. He becomes obsessed. I like the way his voice changed.
Yeah.
He became slow and meticulous. I think he's a fine actor.
I think he's great.
Best film I've seen, though, was that Florida
Project.
And
he was up for the Oscar Best Supporting 2 years ago. Last year, actually.
My God,
I agree.
what a wonderful film.
I loved it. If you haven't seen the Florida Project, check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
With Mads Mikkelsen again, who plays a priest. By the way, that's my favorite scene in the film. When he's talking to the priest. I love that scene.
I know. And the priest is so disgusted with the kind of art he's making that he takes... That's a silly,
and it's like one piece of art that he's upset with.
That's such a stupid scene, though, because as Van Gogh walks away... He's in an asylum, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Committed to an asylum.
The church runs.
Right, because he had a little thing go on where there was a woman, there was a farm woman that he almost tried to accost. He tried to assault her.
Yeah.
And he accosted her, and so he's put in this thing. She kind of obviously has said about him. So he's put in this asylum, and Mikkelsen there.
And they also tried to say that he was trying to beat up kids, too.
Right.
When they were pestering him.
Well, and they do pester him quite a bit. So that one scene, though, and Mads Mikkelsen, who is the priest, he comes out and he says, well, I'm talking to you because some people want you to leave. You're a great artist, etc. So you painted this art piece? And so Van Gogh says, yes, I did, blah, blah, blah. And, well, I think that I'm probably an artist of the future. And he's absolutely right, of course. The dialogue there, we don't know what Van Gogh really said. But, this is true. He was an artist who is he's right up there with any kind of art. Picasso, Van Gogh.
He lived in poverty his entire life. His brother supported him.
Never sold a painting.
No.
Who's this?
That's the director, Julian Schnabel.
Oh, I thought that was Bandy Patinkin.
No, it looks like him. I always assumed Julian Schnabel was like a guy from Sweden or something. Yeah. No, he's from the Bronx or Brooklyn.
Oh, is he? I'm not
he's
surprised.
a New Yorker.
Well, Julian Schnabel. Hey, it sounds like,
it's a Jewish name probably, right? But I just thought he was from Europe or something.
Could be.
But I just love Willem. He's got a great screen presence.
Yeah, he does.
I think he did a great job in this role. I think he inhabited the role, like you said. He looks like him from all the self-portraits I've seen of Van Gogh.
But the scene I was talking about was where the priest now takes this piece of art that he's disgusted with, and he takes it and he turns it to the wall.
Backwards,
and then he does it again because it kind of slips off. And I thought that was a bad
silly,
look.
You like that?
It was stupid. Yeah, because it kind of fell, and then he goes back, well, I'll turn it around again.
Didn't bother me.
So he did, but it was silliness, but it's okay.
That was probably an improv moment,
Absolutely.
Absolutely
it was, but I think it should have been left out.
Okay.
The film is very slow-moving.
It's slow.
It's slow, and the editing is a little funky. But
choppy.
Once you get into it, and once you realize, I felt, that was really kind of the inner workings of Van Gogh's mind.
Yeah.
I felt that the film was a representation of the insanity, of the breaking points where he suddenly couldn't remember stuff. When he's in an asylum, for example, he suddenly can't remember whole periods of his life because there's something, you know, there's just the inner fusion isn't quite connected properly. So and here's Oscar just looking at him like, you're a lunatic here.
Yeah, and there's some dreamlike moments as well.
He cuts his ear off
Chops
for Paul Gauguin. He cuts
to
his
show
ear
how
off.
much he means to him.
He doesn't want him to go.
He doesn't want him to go.
He's going to move to Paris, and he doesn't want him to move to Paris, so he cuts his ear off as a show of affection.
And there's a character that says to him, like, that's a very weird thing to do.
Exactly, and it is.
Yeah, and I thought this movie looked beautiful.
Said that
he said that,
yeah.
There are some shots of the scenery when he's doing his paintings outdoors, because obviously he did a lot of landscapes.
True.
Gorgeous. The photography's gorgeous. Beautiful part of France. Really nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to go make a film in the south of France.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
That's why I love
to go to the south of Italy personally.
I'm sure you would. That'd be nice too.
No, that'd be wonderful. The food is great there too. But it's
a
nice little film. You know,
it's a nice little film.
I can't get too excited about it. It's a
one-time viewing for me.
I want to give it a 3-star kind of.
I give it 3.
Yeah,
at most.
But it is.
But it's a performance film more than anything. I'll be honest, if he wasn't nominated, I might have not rushed to see it.
Absolutely.
But you can watch it. It's online. All the streaming platforms. You can watch it now for yourself.
I think if anybody else but a famous actor had played Vincent, let's say an unknown,
it might have not gotten the traction.
Might have been slipped through
unless
the
it was like the best performance ever given by any actor.
Would have slipped through the crevices, I think. Because the nature of the direction and the way the film is just
it looks so cool reflected in your sunglasses, by the way.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But anyway, I just like
Willem. This looks like the last temptation of Van Gogh here.
Yeah.
Willem, of course, played Christ in Martin Scorsese's Last Temptation of Christ film.
He's about 62, 63 years old, playing Van Gogh, who was 37 at death. I didn't realize he was so young.
And the ending of this film is very controversial. Supposedly, Van Gogh committed suicide. That's been on the books for years and years and years. That's been the conventional thought, yeah. That was the conventional way. And this, they take an alternate look as though he were actually murdered by some people trying to suppress his artwork. Some kids, actually, who were working for somebody else and trying to suppress his artwork. And I found that to be, I don't know, you know, we're playing with history now.
Yeah. Well, that's based on some alternate reports that I don't know if it's made up for the film, but it's a what's the word? Not a hypothesis. What's the word I'm looking for?
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
You know, it's neither here nor there. If you see this film, you're not going to be too enriching, but it's still, I think, if you're a movie buff, and only if you're a movie buff, see this film.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like
Driving Bell and the Butterfly. That was a great little movie with Javier.
Yes. No, Javier was in Before Night Falls.
I thought Javier was in the Sea Bell.
Diamond and the Butterfly? I don't think so.
No?
He was in Before Night Falls, but the famous Cuban revolutionary.
You may look him
Was he also in Diamond and the Butterfly?
Absolutely.
I thought that was that was Mads Mikkelsen that was in that.
Yeah, but no, the main character, I believe, was
Diving Bell the Butterfly.
Absolutely.
Hang on.
Yeah, and he plays an artist. Isn't he an artist that can't move his neck?
Well, there's I'm sorry, it's not Mads Mikkelsen. It's this guy, Mateo Armeric, who's in this film as well. He's the guy that's the lead in that movie. You guys aren't seeing this, but he's the lead. He was the bad guy in Bond's Quantum of Solace. And Javier, I don't see Javier anywhere. Max von Sydow's in that film. Anyway, so let's move on.
Let's move on.
To our last film of the night.
Black 47.
Is Black 47.
There you go. I think we'll end it on this. I don't think we'll go into unless you want to.
I think in the interest of time, we'll just do Black 47.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we were going to do a little quick retrospective of the career of Hugo Weaving. I mean, we could touch on it for 5 minutes.
We can.
Just because the pictures are here.
Taking us beyond it.
Black 47 is a historical film about the famous famine that occurred in Ireland, the potato famine. You've probably heard about it. And this is...
And maybe you haven't.
Maybe you haven't, yeah. And this is just about the struggle of some of the people coming...
The key to this film.
He's great, yeah.
He is fantastic.
He's a guy who's returning home after fighting for the English, ironically.
It's almost like a Mel Gibson, like, my whole family's been slaughtered.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Liam Neeson film.
Kind of, yeah.
You know, it has that feel to it. Here's Hugo right here. Here's the incredible...
He's the guy who's tasked with hunting this guy down.
I thought Hugo was dynamite.
He was great. He's always dynamite.
This guy was good, too.
Yeah, I liked
they're
him
both
too.
on on the same side, and then this movie just goes from it's ultra violent, which I love. I like the revenge factor.
Yes,
I love it. There's a wonderful scene. You know, we've seen these kind of scenes before where he comes riding in on a horse and everybody shoots him, and of course it was the kidnapped king or no, the judge of a poor thing. The dead horse always bothers me so much. I hate to see.
But you know it's not real.
Poor little. Well, I hope it's not real. It looks pretty damn real.
Yeah, but they can't. No, I'm saying they didn't really kill it. They can't do that.
What's this guy's name?
He's good. He's
good.
He's basically the lead of the film.
He's the
James Frenchville.
There you go.
He's got a great presence.
He's basically the Mel Gibson character, the William Wallace, if you will. He sees his, wife get slaughtered, etc., and he's out for revenge, and he goes to the. He wants to go to the head of the top. He wants to find out exactly who is responsible. Yes. And of course, there's a judge who's responsible, played by the wonderful
Jim Broadbent,
a wonderful actor.
He's good.
He's so good.
I always like Jim Broadbent.
He's awesome.
I think I got a picture coming up.
I'm telling you, I love the gritty, dirt in your face essence to this film. It just you can taste the manure. You can taste that grime and the shit and the dirt and the scum of the land. And I love the ending. There's a crossroads kind of a element to it where someone has to make a decision, namely our main character here, which I won't talk about. Not this guy, but another guy. Hugo Weaving, actually.
Yes.
And there's a decision to be made. Film ends.
Yes.
I loved it. This kid.
Your buddy from Killing of a Sacred Deer.
This kid is so disturbed. Yeah. And he's, I'm starting to realize he's disturbed in real life.
Barry Keoghan, I think
he's not just disturbed, because he's a disturbed actor also.
He's just that good.
He is in Killing of a Sacred Deer, he's just
creepy.
A lunatic.
Check out that. He's so creepy.
Oh, that movie just is
It gets under your skin.
Oh my God. Yeah, you just hate him so much. You don't understand why everybody is possessed by him.
This movie was also directed by the guy that just did The Favorite, too.
Nicole Kidman also is in that film.
Colin Farrell.
But Colin Farrell, of course.
But your buddy is definitely creepy in that.
He is a creepy little kid. And he's been in, there's another film in between.
Well, he was also in your favorite movie from 2 years ago, Dunkirk. He was in that also.
Oh, yeah. Well, but that's true. He was in that submarine section.
And I say favorite in jest. He hates that movie.
The favorite?
No, you hate Dunkirk, I'm saying.
I don't hate it. It's just the same guy who edited Dunkirk edited Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I mean, but this guy is the key. Those intense eyes. Yeah. I mean, when you see this guy, it's like Christ on the cross. Every time you see his face. There is such an intensity, such a dynamicism to his presence. He was the key to the whole film for me. Just seeing
he was a great,
he was a wonderful,
great part of the film.
Great actor, great presence. Look at this scene. Oh, this was the
That's the Matrix.
I just say, wow.
Well, now these are the pictures for Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, what can we say? We all love Hugo. He's been excellent for a long time.
We really should go into it because, Mr.
We'll do it real quick.
Well, if you want.
Well, we don't have time.
We don't
have time. But
no one's going to watch this but you and me, and we're not even going to watch it.
I hate to give people a tease. Well, not get into it.
Well, let's get into it more so because Hugo's career deserves more than a 2-minute, 5-minute touch. We really could go into it. Here he is in Mortal Engines.
This is Mortal Engines. Yeah. We're going to be reviewing that next week.
We'll review that next week for you fine folk.
But, which is now available at home to watch.
Anyway, Oscars coming up this this Sunday night, and I hope you all watch, of course. And by the way, all you people who did specifically hear that they cut out 4 categories that they were going to just give during the commercial breaks. Cinematography.
Hey, look, it's you in the morning.
Costume design. Who's this?
You in the morning if you wake up.
Well, no, this looks like almost
that's Hugo.
Oh, is it Hugo in
Red Skull, Captain America?
Oh gosh. Oh wow, I didn't know that was Hugo.
Yeah, he was great in that.
He was good in that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But as you were saying, yes, they reinstated those categories.
Yes, they did.
As I knew they would.
And they also, here they are cutting off their nose despite their face. This is how stupid the Academy is. Not only did they do that, but they said that nobody. Now they didn't just point out actors, director, etc. They said there will be no speeches cut off. That's what they said.
Okay.
Right before, here he has a V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
We don't even see his face in that movie.
You don't. You just see his voice.
You just see it here.
He might have just done a voiceover the whole time.
He could have. That probably
Most likely he probably wasn't even on set.
Stunt actor.
Exactly.
But I think Hugo...
I think it was David Prowse.
The guy who plays Darth Vader. Yeah, right. But anyway, what was I talking... Oh, what's this?
Oh, that was in that movie, The Dressmaker, that we loved.
Oh, okay. I love that.
That was a good film.
Well, he's kind of a closet queen.
He is in that. Yeah, check out The Dressmaker.
That's a great
It's on
movie.
Amazon.
Kate Winslet, set in Australia.
It was good.
Cool.
And Black 47 is available on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, Black 47 though. That's what we're really talking about here. I was just talking about the Oscars, and I don't quite understand where they're coming from. Of course, the last time they had no host.
89.
89. It shows a disaster.
It pretty much ruined the career of the guy that produced it that year.
Well, they're trying to go with various people. They wanted The Rock to do the show. He couldn't get The Rock. He didn't want to do it. Then Kevin Hart backed out. I think they're just going to... What are all these funky little bugs here? It looks like a locust invasion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or something. I don't know.
That's weird.
That is kind of weird. But,
oh, that's him, the original Transformers.
Oh, here we have Adam Sandler clinging to...
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. That's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Shia's in a new film that getting raved.
I know. He wrote the film.
He wrote it, and I believe he directed it.
No, but he acts in it.
Yeah, but he wrote it right.
Yeah.
This guy is just great.
He's great. He's great. I love Hugo.
I do too.
We'll do a more in-depth thing on him one day.
We shall indeed.
But he's great. Here he is in the underrated Cloud Atlas. Love that movie.
That is a great movie.
It's a great
Directed by the Matrix directors.
The Wachowski siblings.
Wachowski brothers.
Who have now
both gone.
They both changed over.
Transgendered.
Which is kind of interesting.
It's very bizarre.
It's very rare for both to do that.
I know. I'd like to meet their parents.
I know. What happened? Yeah. Oh, he was horrifying in that. Remember when he played the leprechaun in Cloud Atlas? There he is in the background.
This is Cloud Atlas?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And the shot of him as a leprechaun just passed.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's Jim Sturgis.
Oh, gosh.
Lord of the Rings.
God.
And The Hobbit.
Boy, a lot of makeup on Jim there.
I know.
Yeah, he's terrific. The man is very versatile. He's an Australian actor.
Great presence, great voice.
He's wonderful. This looks like...
This is also Cloud Atlas.
Oh, is it?
He's got, I believe he's got the Asian makeup there.
Yeah. That is such a strange film, you know. I have to go back and watch it again.
There he is, horrifying.
I've tried to watch it again, and I usually get about half an hour in, and then I've had it. I can't see.
Tom Hanks is in that. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. I love Halle Berry.
Hugh Grant.
We kind of go back into almost a primitive world, and then we go back.
It's all these different stories. Same actors come back and play different roles.
It's very, very strange, but there's a surrealistic essence to it. Here he is
as Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
He's great.
Yeah, he is great. But
so
anyway,
that's our show. We hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed the Oscars.
Priscilla Queen of the Desert, by the way.
If you feel like you're so inclined.
We'll be back
what they are.
with an assessment of the Academy Awards next week.
There you go.
We hopefully will be happy with some of the results.
And we hope so. And it's always good. Please be nice to each other, and you know.
And if you don't, say you're sorry.
Such is life.
We'll see you next week.
We shall see you next week, and good night.
Thanks for tuning
in, etc. Goodbye.
Louie, where are you?
Road? Yeah, going on now. Yeah, Mr.